Alright, you're welcome to today's video. So I'm going to be showing you how to use your phone to format your book. Yes, and we are going to be using an app called Google Doc. So you go to your Play Store and type Doc. Now mine, you can see it. Basically, if you were generating content, there's no any other place you'll be dropping your content if not Google Doc. Anyways, so mine is updating, so let me let it update first. Alright, so I'm going to open the app now. Alright, so this is the book I'm going to be working with. This is it here. So what I'm going to do now is I'll click on this pencil icon down here, and then you see here I will do my best to use my arrow where necessary. I'll click on it and then I'll put it on print layout. That is it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to long press on it. Just long press on any place, select all. Just click on select all. The file is very large, so just wait for it to select all. Okay, this is what's going to happen. I'm not going to work with this page. Let me come out. Now see what I'm doing. See, I clicked on my minimize button. I'm coming back here. Now I'll click on this plus icon here. This plus icon. I'll click on it and I'll click on new document. So I'll click on new document and it will bring me here. See what I'm going to do now. I'll start bringing up my work. Now my introduction, I will copy it. Copy my introduction. Okay, let me copy the whole of my introduction. Now this video I'm just going to work with introduction only, so that you can follow the same pattern I would use for introduction. You use it for your chapter 1, your chapter 2, chapter 3 till the end of your book. Okay, I know that I've copied more than that. Let me look for chapter 1. Okay, let me go back. Let's start with our title. So I'm just assuming now the title of my book is Keto Diet. That's the title. So I'm going to highlight this my title. Now look at this place, this plus icon. Click on it. Now you will see this place, normal text. You see font, you see the font size. So now what I'm going to do is the normal text, I'll click on it and I'll put it on title. I'll click on it and click title. You see what I just did? Now the font, this place here, that's the font. I'm going to click on it and I don't know, but I like to use it on this one. Let's try play fair display. And then the font, this is it here. I'm going to put it on 20. If it's too much, I reduce. Let's put it on 18. Now I'm done here. I will just scroll down. Look, see where I am. I will just scroll down. Now look here. You have this, you have this, you have this, you have this, right? Now see what I'm going to click. I want to centralize it. I want it to be at the middle. Now this one is left align, this is right align, this is justify, and now this is centralized. You can see it, the work is at the middle, this one. So that's what I'm going to click on now, and I've centralized it. Now if you want, you can make it bold. If you want, you can make it bold. Sorry, I went out. That's that B. Look at it down here. If you want, you can make your title bold, and that is it. Now let's say my subtitle is eat healthy, live healthy. Let's just put it like that. I'm just assuming I'm just putting up a subtitle. So you put up your own book subtitle. Now I will still come highlight it, come to this A icon up there. Now the normal text here, we are going to change it to subtitle. We are going to change the font to let me stay no let me use this one. Okay, let me still use the playful display. I'm going to put that font on 14. It's a subtitle. Now I'm going to scroll up. Now I will centralize it. Look at it. I will centralize it. And what else again? That's all. Now this is how it's looking. I'm going to highlight this my title and my subtitle, and then you see this place, you can see line spacing. This place you can see line spacing still on that A icon. Look up here, you can see that the A is still up. Now still on it, I'm going to click on this line spacing and I'll reduce it to 1. It's just for my title and my subtitle only. It's okay. I don't want it to have much gap. I'll just put that. Now always remember to click here. Be saving your work because anything can happen. So always remember to be clicking there so that your work will be saving. Okay, now this is it. I will still come back and click on this plus icon here. Now I will come down. Now I'll put my cursor up here. I want to add header to my book. I want to add header to it. I'll click on this plus icon. I can actually use the doc what's it called, the doc don't worry, if we get here, let's move. Now I want to start bringing up my work, right? I want to start putting up my work together. Now when I put my cursor down, this is where it brought me. I want you to pay attention to something. Look down here. You will see that this is at the middle, right? Click on it and take it to the left. This one. Now my cursor is now at the left. I will come here and copy my introduction yet, sorry. Now you're going to get a pen name. How do you get a pen name? Very easy. Come to your Chrome browser. Now this is what I typed, fakenamegenerator.com, and then you search. Sorry, I'll make a separate video on that, on how to get pen name. I'll make a separate video on that, and I'll make a separate video on that. I'll put it in the description of this video. Now let's assume the pen name is and then I will highlight it. I'll click here. I'll put it at the middle. Now I'm done with my pen name. I'll just put my cursor here and then look at this place. That plus icon is what I clicked on. So I will click on it and I will apply page break. Can you see that? So I will click on it and this is page break. Now don't forget, your work should always be on print layout. Don't forget. Now I'm on the next page. So now that I'm on the next page, I can now bring my work down. I can bring that pen name down. See, formatting is not hard. If you're someone that even read novels, you can just get a book and you're good to go. Now this font, I'm going to change it. Don't forget, I'll highlight it. You might be seeing the screen very small, but if you can write what you hear me, it's on normal text. You will leave it on normal text, but change it to, I will still use this first one, this play fair display, and I'll put it on font 12, and that is it. Now come to this space and I'll put my cursor to the left. Now you start this place. Now you have your copyright text and your disclaimer. Now if you use ChatGPT, I'll also tell you how to use I'll also drop a video on how to use ChatGPT to get your copyright and disclaimer text. So I will just copy mine and paste here. So I've pasted this here. I'm going to highlight it. My screen may be small now, but pay attention. You can as well copy what I will drop here. Look at this place. I'm still showing you because we are using phone. I'll click at the no, I'll click on the last one, justify. I will justify it. Now I'll come to this A icon. I'll click on it. I'll put it on normal text. This is a normal text, so put it on normal text and not subtitle. Normal text. Normal text. Now this thing is Times New Roman, the font, and you put it on 12. Now you want to check the spacing. The spacing is on 1. Please don't put it on 1. The reason why I use 1 is because I want my title and subtitle to be close. Now I'll put it on 1.5 and it's okay. And that is all. Now I'm done. This is my copyright page, so you can write here copyright. Now this is copyright C. Wait, copyright. Now copyright, see what I put here. Copyright 2020. Let's put 2059. Now you see what I'm doing. I'm changing this pen name to what we use here, Bella Elon. Can you see? Now reserve rights except for brief quotation included in critical reviews and setting. You can just copy this if you want to. You can copy it and just change the year and the pen name. Now that's my copyright. I'm going to put it at the middle, and you can make it bold if you want. Now check the font size, that A icon. Now the font should be on, you can put it on Times New Roman and then put it on 14. You can make it bold if you want, and that is it. Now you have your copyright. If you also want to add a disclaimer, fine, I will make a video on that as well. Now that I'm done, I'll just put my cursor down, click on that plus icon because I want to add a page break to it. Now I'm going to put page break and I'm here. Now I'll take my cursor down and then click on that Apple page break. This copyright is showing. I don't want it, and it's erasing there. So what's going to happen is I'm going to click on this arrow. I will go back this place. I want it to take me back. Good. So let me take it back again. Good. Now I'm going to put it on, I'm going to justify it. Click on this plus icon. I'm going to justify that, then click on this plus icon and apply a page break to it. Now this page break, I'll just keep clicking on page break, page. I'll just keep clicking on it, page break. You just want to keep putting more page break because you'll be needing it. Now that's all. I'm not adding much again because if you have your text and it goes to the next page, it will break on its own. Now I'm going to put in my copyright here. Now let me tell you why when I wrote that copyright, it showed itself here. Look what is here and look what is here. Now this is your header note, and if you write on it, it will be showing in the next page. So simply come to this your copyright where you wrote here, take it down, and then you write what you want to write. Can you see? This is the perfect line. If you take it up here, this is where your header is. so it will keep applying itself in other pages, so your hand needs to come down. So if I put, can you see now, I can write my copyright, copyright, I'll highlight it, come to this plus icon, put it on normal text, put it on Times New Roman, and then make the font to be 14. The next thing I'm going to do is, I'm not going to justify, I'll put it at the middle. You can put it at the middle or you can leave it at the left, whichever one you are correct. But me, I'll put it at the middle, I'll make it bold, and then I'll give a space so that's like this. Now I'll highlight my work and I'll come to this A icon as usual. Now it's on subtitle, you have to put it on normal text, Times New Roman, put it on font 12. 12 is the standard and Times New Roman is what we are using. Now put the line spacing to be on 1.5, and that is it. Now you come out, you see, and this is it. Now we are on the next page. I'll take my, if you put your hand up here, it will be up, so you have to take your hand down. Now we have gotten our copyright. Now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to start our work. Now please let me basically make this clear. Some people add images to their book, some don't add. So I will make a separate video if you're someone that like to add images like this about the author. Okay, let's add it, even though I would prefer to. Okay, the video I'm going to drop is going to be on how to generate pen name, how to get copyright and disclaimer, and then about the author. That means you use ChatGPT for all of this, so that if you are putting it here, it will not be a problem. Do we have an agreement? Yes, we do. So I'm going to come here now because I want to copy this author, about the author. So I'm going to come here and write about the author. About the author. As I said, it is not compulsory to add about the author to your book. I am saying it again. Now I want you to look, I don't know if you can see a very thin line, a very thin line. I don't know if you can see it, meaning that that place is where your header is. If you write anything up here, it will keep displaying in every page. Every page you write, it will be displaying. So now this is about the author. I want to take my hand down. About the author, I will highlight it, I'll make it bold, I will centralize it, and then I'll click on this A icon, change the font to normal text, and then put it on Times New Roman. Then put the font to be on 14. Where is my about the author? Okay, I think I went to a different page. Let me go back. Good. It's supposed to follow it. About the author, highlight it, make it bold, highlight it, make it bold, centralize it, click on this A icon. The font should be on Times New Roman, and that is it. Where am I? Good. This is it here. Now I'm just going to copy out this and put, as I said, I will generate a font, so you just check the description of this video. Now I'm going to paste this here. I've pasted it, but I'm going to do something before that. It came to this page, sorry, my cursor went down, so I'm just going to delete out this particular page. Now I'm going to long press on this and I'm going to click on this place here. and I'll put it on justify, the last one. Can you see it? So I'm going to click on it and it has been justified. I'll come to this A icon. Please, it is not compulsory to add images. It is not compulsory. I'm saying it again. I'll put it on 1.5. It's okay to me. Now I'm saying it again. It's not compulsory to add images to your about the author. In case you want to add images in that same video I dropped, as I'm going to pin, you can check it out. I also show how to get images for your about the author. So I'm going to come here, look where I put my cursor now, close to that author, and I will take it down because I want to add images. Then I can continue with my text, right? I'm going to come to image, this plus icon. Sorry, I didn't show you. I clicked on this plus icon. You can see here it's showing image. Look at it. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to choose from my phone. So from photos, I will pause this. Okay, as I did not see any picture, I will have to use my face for it. Now this is the image. You can see it. This is the image I just added. Now I'm just going to click on the image. As I've clicked on the image, I want you to look down. God, please let this thing show. Now look down. Look, I want you to see something. You can see here, you can see here, you can see here, you can see here. Look carefully. Now I'm going to click on this one. Did I show what I did? I really show it? See it again. Let's do it again so that you understand. I'll click on this image. Can you see? Now you can see all this for this thing. You can see them. Make sure you are seeing it. It will be highlighted blue. Now let me take this thing up. See what I'm going to do. Look here. Can you see that? That's where I'm going to click on now. I'll click on it, see what is showing me. These are the options. Now basically this image is in line. If you want it to be text wrap, or you want it to have a break, or you want your write-up, okay, let us be clicking on it so that you'll be understanding. Now if I click on text, wrap text, this is what it's showing. This is how it's looking. If I click back on it, if I click on break text, this is how it's looking. If I click on behind text, this is how it's looking. It will be inside the text. If I click on in front of text, let's come out and see how it's looking. It's sorry, let me go back. Let me click back on it and let's choose wrap text, and then I'm going to click on it. Then let's come to position. You want to move text. No. Position, move with text. Let's see. It's not giving me what I want. Let me first of all save my work. Let me save my work first. I'm sorry, I didn't even say something before we started. Please come to this icon. First of all, click. If you save your work, you have to click back on this plus icon. So let me click on it and then look here. We'll soon be done, don't worry. Click on it. Now we are going to come to page setup. I didn't show you before we started. Please click on it and we are going to put it on A4. Now if you're not writing on cookbook, please choose A4. What did I say? Since we are not writing on cookbook, choose this. Drop it, A5. Sorry. Now that means when you're formatting, you're automatically using 6:9. Look at it here, A5. You are not, that I said, if you're not working on cookbook. If you are working on cookbook, you work with this A4. You work with this or this, and I will explain when I'm starting why you work with this and why you work with this. Please, that one is for cookbook. Now let me click back on my A4. That's A5. That's the page setup we are working with, and that is it. So you click on save so that it will save. Now I'll still click back on this pencil icon because I saved. Now this is this image that I want to stress my life, but Let me click on it again. Now if you check, my text have moved. That means I can move the image as I want. Look, because I clicked on wrap text and then I came to this position, I say move with text. So I can, let me reduce it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this arrow, this place here. I'm going to push it. That means I will drag it. You see here, I will drag it towards this direction. So I will click and drag. Can you see? Where are my text? They went up. Let me take the text up, please. Let me drag my image up, up, up. Where am up here? Now I will still drag this text here. Now did you see what I just did? My image started, my write-up started from here. So I will just take this down little. I want it to be in line with this my text. Now it is where it is. This is it, and you can see I clicked on the image, I clicked here, and then I push move with position. That's all. Now I'm going to work on this line spacing because I don't think I'm satisfied with how my work is so spaced. You can see it's just too open, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight just this about the author. I'll click on this A. Now I'm going to come here. It's on font 14. The font is 14. Look at it, the font size is 14. Please change it to 12. It's only your this thing, your headings that should be on 14. Then I'll come here. I want to reduce the line spacing to 1.15. Let me see if it's looking good yet. This is not the app. I don't know where else should I go. No. Like if I tell you this is my first time working with this app, you will not believe. I use the dock site and I've never had this zooming issue. Anyway, so this is how it's looking now. Our about the author, please make it bold and check to be sure that the font is perfect. Good. And this is it. We have the about the author. We are done. Now I'm going to come here. Please, I said that this is a 2-in-1 video. For those doing normal book, you follow this method. Any part you see I tell you for cookbook, fine. If it's not for cookbook, please move, continue. Okay, now for most people, most times they will want to give out gifts in their books. If you're a cookbook writer, you believe, you agree with me that sometimes you give out a free gift and all of that. Okay, you can put that at the end of your book. So let's continue. The next thing is going to be your table of content. So you see this space, you are going to leave it. This one space, leave it and move to the next one. So you can see that on this space now there's nothing here. So I'm just going to click on this plus icon and put page break and move to the next page. Now I want to start my introduction properly. I'm going to come here and copy my introduction is my chapter 1. From this, what I can see here, that's my, no, this cannot be my chapter 1 though. No. So I'm going to click on, most times let me make it clear so that you don't feel, if you're first you're someone that uses ChatGPT to generate content, ChatGPT can actually make your introduction chapter 1. It's very possible. So please, I'm just saying, now let's assume that this is not introduction, this is not chapter 1. I want this to be an introduction. Now I will just copy this. I will come here and I will paste it. I have pasted it. Now what I'm going to do is, this is introduction, but this introduction, I will long press on it, and then you see this place, I'll first of all put it at the middle. Now nobody is telling you your introduction can also be at the left side, but I'm going to put mine at the middle. I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to click on this plus icon and I'm going to make this normal text, this place here. I'm going to click on it and make it heading 1. Now this font, I'm going to put it on play fair display. I like to use it, play fair display, and then I will put this on 14. Now this is it. and then I will highlight these other ones. Now I'm not doing serious formatting here because I'm not going to lie to you, this now I'm going to justify my work. You see that I highlighted the whole of my introduction. I'll click here to justify my work, so I'll put the last one. As usual, justify is the last one. Now while we justifying our work, if you put a ruler, the words at the left will be straight, the words at the right will be straight. That is the goal. Now still on that, I'm going to put my font for my email, for my normal write-up is Times New Roman. Don't forget, we are only using play text for our heading. Play text display as the font type. Then I'll put it on 12. Now I want to put my, if you feel that your line spacing is okay, you can work with 1.15 if you want, or you make it 1.5, whichever one that is okay for you. But most times I work with 1.5, most times I work with 1.15, depending on how I want my work. Now I already know this book because I was the one that generated content for it. Now what I can see here is this is my introduction, heading 1, and introduction to keto, overview of keto, brief history and revolution of ketogenic diet is under my introduction. When I was generating the table of content, what showed was introduction, then under it was overview of keto diet. Another thing that showed under it was the science behind keto diet. Now these things are what we call heading 2. Let me see if I can explain. Right, so this is the table of content of this book. Look at it. Now can you see? This is introduction, so now this one is heading 1. All these things under it now, they are all heading 2. Overview of keto diet, why keto diet, the science behind keto diet, the goal of this book, they are all heading 2. Everything here is heading 2, why this chapter 1 itself is heading 1. But don't forget, I said I'm not using this as chapter 1. I'm just writing introduction because some of you, your book may just start with introduction before chapter 1, so that you will just follow it. Now I will go back. And now you see I highlighted that. I'm going to click on this A icon and make it normal text. You change it to heading 2 and you put the font to be Times New Roman, and then you make it to be font 12. Now that is it. This one, highlight it, so good. Now bold it, please make it bold, or if you don't want you can leave it, but most times I like to bolden it. I don't know, I like to make it bold, so you can also make your own bold as well. Now I'm going to come to this place. You will learn to space your work. Now this is the science behind keto appeal. I'm going to click on this A icon. Is part of my heading 2, and then the font is Times New Roman, and then it's on 12. That is it. I will make it bold. And this one, if you look here now, keto in the world, in the modern world, I will take it down. I'll take this down. Today is the, now I've taken that down, and this is it. This is how it looks. Can you see? Our work is coming together. Now I'm going to come here and I'll click on this plus icon and apply page break. I will come back here because I want to copy another work. Now I'm not copying the whole of my introduction. I'm done. I just wanted to use that to show you something, so I'm not copying again. Now let me move to my chapter 2, and I'm assuming now that this my chapter 2 is chapter 1 because I want to start proper. Now I'm going to highlight the whole of this my chapter 2. I'm going to highlight it. Now I'm going to highlight this, take it down. This work have been formatted, though have been touched kind of, because it's looking so well organized though. I'll copy that and then I'll come here. I will paste it. Now I'm going to explain this one more time. I will highlight the whole of this my chapter 1 because I'm starting. Don't forget, I will highlight the whole of this chapter 1. That's the first thing you should do. Highlight it, and then okay, okay, and then I'll justify my work. That's the first thing I'll do. I'll come to this A icon. You want to put it on Times New Roman 12, Times New Roman 12. That is it. And then we'll focus on the line spacing. As I said, I'm working with 1.5. You can work with 1.15, anyone that is convenient for you. Now, this is my chapter 1. I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to make it bold. I will click on this A icon, and then this normal text, I'll change it to heading 1. Don't forget, heading 1. And then the font, I'm going to put it on Fair Play Display, and I'll put it on 14. You can put it on 18 if you wish, but now I prefer to work like that. I'm going to make it bold. Don't forget. Now, the next thing that is following is, let's come to our table of contents so that you see that that is a guide. Now, this is heading 1. Every other thing here, they are all heading 2. Now, this is understanding macronutrients. I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to click on this A icon. Normal text, change it to heading 2, and then I'm using Fair Play as usual. I will put it on font. Okay, see what's going to happen. I'll put it on 14. This is my chapter 1. I'll put it on 18. So I'm going to scroll up. See what I'm going to do. I'm going to scroll up to my introduction and put it on 18. I'm also going to scroll up to my copyright page, my about the author, and put it on 18. Those are first heading, big ones. But don't forget, my about the author is not in any heading 1. Oh, this is my copyright. I'll put it on 18 as well. I think that's it. My introduction, what did I put it on? Let me check. Introduction is on title Fair Play. Now that is my introduction, so I'll put it on 20. Okay, there's no 20. It should be on 24 then. It's too much. You say it was the site. Now this numbering they are giving, and there's no room to even put it on 20. I don't like the fact that it's looking this way, so let me just put it on 18. Take it like this. So that is it. Now back to chapter 1. Back to our chapter 1. Now this one is going to be, I'll make it bold. I'll click on this plus icon, is on 14. Perfect. Now you look at your work. Where do you need to drop? Where do you need to space? Just look at it. Sometimes you see some of words that are listed. Sometimes you need to space your work. Don't forget, when you are reading and it doesn't have space, it becomes boring. So like this, now this is boring. You have to learn to space, give it space so that the person can be able to breathe. Let's just put it that way. Now when you see things like this, you can decide to bullet it. That's if it's highlighted, or you just give it a space. Now like this, practical tips. This is practical tips. Just make it bold. That one, finding your ideal macro. Let me be sure. It's not part of it. Make it bold. Caps, big, just something that you know that they brought up a heading from it. You make it bold. Now focus on Whole Foods. You make it bold. Now this one, now look at it. It's like they listed out some things. Look at these columns on them. Look at the column. Look at it. You can do something. What do? You can highlight it. Let me start from this first one. You can highlight it. Practical tips. I'm just showing you. You can highlight it to where it stopped. And then look here. Oh god, sorry. Let me go back and highlight it again. I'll take that down, down, and then look here. Look here. See my arrow? Now click on it. Can you see? Can you see what I just did? I added bullets to it. Now I can now make it bold. Just the first word. What? How do I make something bold? When I type, when I click on it, highlight it, I just click on that B. Look at it here, and it's bold. So you just make it bold, so you can do the rest for. And then if I want to continue with what I want to do, I will just click on the cancel icon and then move to the left. Now let's copy another. So let's assume I'm done with my chapter 2. This is how you format your book till the end. I'm done. So you follow this method, format your book. Okay, let's do one more. Let's come here and do for chapter 3. Let me look for chapter 3. This work have been formatted. I will copy the whole of chapter 3 again just to explain. Anything that comes under chapter 3, there is a heading during your table of content in your chapter 3 is your heading. See it here. This is heading 1 plus icon. This is your heading 1. This getting started is your heading 1. This preparing for keto, starting strong, keto friendly shopping, dealing with social solution situation. These are all heading 2. Now I'm going to come here and I'll paste that. So let me come under here. I'll paste it, right? Let's start. The first thing you will do is justify your work. Highlight it and justify. I said this work has been formatted. So I will highlight. Now, did you see? Let me go back. If you want to go back, just click here. Like to clean out the page. I'll clean here. Do you notice that this thing is still here? This bullet sign. What did I do? I just simply put my cursor there and I cancelled it. And then I still click on the cancel so that it can move to the left so that someone doesn't ask. Because if you go and paste your work without removing that bullet, it will look like this. Now I will paste back what I've copied and let me go back. See what happened. My work is looking justified because it's, look here, this icon is justified. Can you see? It's unjustified. If I remove it now and put it on this, if I paste my work, it will not look organized. See? Can you see? So another way again for you not to be doing not to be justifying your work all the time is just simply put this on justify and then you paste. So I'll give up a space. In fact, this is a new chapter, so I will start from a new page. Page break, chapter 3. And chapter 3, this is getting started, blah blah blah. I'll make it bold. Click on this A icon. Normal text heading 1. I'm using fair play and then put it on 18. That's it. Now, where is it? Now this one, preparing for keto, is my heading 2 because it's under my chapter 3. Now put it on heading 2 Times New Roman. Sorry, fair play display, and then I'll put it on 14. Now I will make this bold. I'll make this bold. And then I'll also make this bold. Now I'll highlight this. I want to be sure of the font, so you highlight the whole of the body. Now why keto happens, you take it down. I will make this bold. If it's not part of my, let me check my table of content. It's not part of it, so I will make that bold. Headache and fatigue, these ones have been highlighted, have been listed, so you just make them bold. Bold. Now take this one down. Can you see? So that it can continue with the rest. Please, you have to format your work well. Like, take your time because it's somebody that is reading it, so the person needs to enjoy the reading, else it will be boring. Now I'm going to select this whole of chapter 3 from down here, embarking on ketogenic diet. Now this, what is keto? I will take this down, let it continue with the other ones. Now this is my chapter 3, it's here, so I will take it down. Chapter 3 is supposed to start on a fresh page. Every chapter is supposed to start on a fresh page. Please take note. Every chapter is supposed to start on a fresh page. Now I'm going to click on this A icon and I'll put it on normal text. That is number 1. And then I'll put it on Times New Roman. And then I'll put this on font 12. Now check the spacing. If you want it is on 1.5, if you want it at 1.15, you reduce. But I'm just going to add my own, and that is it. So this is how you format your book. So if your book is not a cookbook, you can go ahead and continue with your formatting. And when you're done with your work, when you're done, save. Please, as you're working, be saving your work. As you're working, be saving your work. Very important. Now this came up along the line. It's some of your work may scatter. Just before you download, make sure everything is in place. We have not added table of content yet, so I'll put this one at the middle. Okay, I have one free space. Good, this is the free space, and this free space here is my table of content. But I don't write table of contents. Let me come up here. I just write contents and I put it at the middle here. And now let's add header to our book. I will come here. Look what I did. This is my table of contents. I will just click here. Look where this is where my cursor is. Now I'm just going to click up here. Now I'm going to write keto diet for beginners 2059. It's just basically my title of my book. Now as I highlighted it, I will click here and I'll take it to the right. I will click on this A icon. I want to put it on Times New Roman, and then I will reduce the font. I used to work with 8. I don't want it to be that. Did I increase that? See, so on every page you'll be seeing this keto diet for beginners 2059. Scroll up, every page you'll be seeing this keto diet for beginners 2059. Can you see it? Now how do you add page number to your book? Very important. Click here. I'm going to put my this thing close to this. Now your this thing, let me make it clear that your page numbering will start from, your title will start from number 1. If you want it to be starting from normal numeral, you have to do it manually. Yes, meaning that your title will be high, blah blah blah. It is work. See, right from the time of this thing, I've been using it, and my book have still been selling. So your page number, how do you want it? Do you want the numbering to be on top, or you want it down, or you want it to be like 1, then to not write 2, it to move to the next page and put 3, or you want it to be down? Anyhow you want it. So I always like my page numbering to be up. So this is where it is. Can you see? This is 1, this is 2. Can you see? Now when you're done with your entire work, all right, so now the question is, how do you add your table of contents? Now I don't know how to use the doc app to add table of content. I don't know how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Google Doc app, doc.google.com, from my Chrome browser. Now you can see what I typed on the search bar, so I'm just going to search. Now this is how my Chrome browser looks like. The first thing I want you to do is make sure the email on your phone, that's the email, that's if you're someone that have multiple email, make sure it's the same email that is on your doc app that is here. What do I mean? This is what I mean. Can you see? This is S here and this is S here. It must tally, else you will not see your work. Now I'm going to get my work. So this is my work here. So I've clicked on it and this is how it is looking. Now if you may be experiencing this zooming issue, let me start by talking about it, because it's a normal thing, like you cannot escape it. I don't know how to put it, sha. So that means going out, coming in, will be like food to you, but God will help you. Now see what I'm going to do, because I'm not in for this zooming problem and I'm not using the phone I used to use. So this is what I'm going to do. You see that place you can see insert? We'll just put the table of content anywhere in the first page. We'll go and edit it later. You see this table of content? Just click on it. And now you can choose. This one is for your Kindle, meaning that if your table of content is clickable, you download your book in EPUB or web HTML, right? Or you pick any of these two for your paperback. So let me pick the second one. Now see where my table of content went and stayed. I'll go back to my Kindle. It has already showed itself here. Let me refresh. So I'm back to my dock. You see this zooming thing? Let's go back. All this in the name of table of content. Now while that is loading, let me come back here. I'm going to open this one. That's from my dock app. It hasn't reflected yet. This is it here, right? See what I'm going to do. Very easy. Let me take this arrow down. Now I'll copy this table of content and come to this place you can see content, and I'll paste it there. No, let me go back. Click back on this arrow. Now come here. This table, this place, this place here, I'm going to write. Look here. If I click up here, it will be showing like this. I'll come and write content here. Now that means this is double work, but you have to. I'll come and write content here, and then I'll take this page down. I'll take it down. This is how you can add table of content and have peace of mind. That's just the truth. So this one now, I will cut it. Let me click back on this place. This is the only place where there will be work. So I feel that before you even add all this, before you do other things, just add up your table of content first. So let me go back. I'm going to copy this so that if I'm pasting it, it will drop for me. I'll cut it, not copy. I'll cut it, and I'll come to this first page and paste it. Now I'll take this one up. Please, you can only do this if the zooming will not let you from this thing. Now this is my copyright. I'll copy it, cut. I'll come and paste it here. Go back, remove the bold, and then I'll paste it. You rearrange this your work. This about the author, I'll copy it. I'll cut it, and then I'll come and paste it here. Remove the bold, and then I'll paste it. Now this space for image, you just put back your image here, plus icon, image, you put in your image, just follow it and redo it. Now this is your table of content. Now I'm going to delete out this, and then I'll continue. So the rest of my work, the table of content will be reflecting here. Now this is your table of content. Highlight it and let it be justified. So this is it. Click on this justify icon. I've basically talked about justify throughout today, so click on it and let it be justified. Can you see? So your table of content will look presentable. If you put it just one side, it will not look. So put it justified, let it look presentable, and this is it. So you now download your work, and you feel that your work is ready. You're ready to, when you're done with your entire work and you feel that, okay, my work is okay, it's time for me to print out, you come to this place, click on it, and then you see here that you can see share and export. Click on it, and then this place you can see save as. click on it, and then you can, if you are downloading in Kindle version is this. These two, you can download in any of them for your Kindle. Now if you're downloading for paperback and hardcover, is this paperback and hardcover. That's PDF document. I'll go back again, click on this three icon, and then click on share, click on save as, and then this PDF document is for paperback and hardcover. This web page or EPUB publication is for Kindle version. So you can try to put web and it will be having issues. You come back, download your work in this and upload. Most times if your Kindle version is not even uploading in this format, upload in PDF, it will go. That's another secret. Thank you. So I think this is it. But for those of you that are not working on cookbook, so basically this video have to be two. So the next video will be for those working on cookbooks. Thank you.